Hey guys, it's Jessica, and I wanted to hop back on and share a project that I finally got done. I know that I did a little bit of a sneak peek video yesterday of this project that I had been working on, and initially I was planning on doing I think 8 of them, and then I kind of got sucked in and ended up doing, I think there's 13 total. Before I do these, I did want to share, I know I mentioned that I have a lot of different projects going on right now, and I kind of hate it sometimes when I get like this because I have so many ideas, so many things I want to get done, but I have like very little time. So then I have like 16 projects that are all like halfway done instead of finishing one project from like start to finish. So I'm trying to get better about that. But I did say in my video that I was going to have as much of it listed as I could. And honestly, it's just not going to happen today. These mini traveler's notebook folios, these are listed. But the rest of the stuff I'm about to show you, it is not listed yet in my Etsy. And I don't want to give you a date as to when it'll be done. That being said, I will do a video, like a walkthrough of each of these projects. And when those videos come out, that will be the day that everything gets listed, just because that's how I like to do it. And I'll also be like walking through like how I did it and supplies I used and all that, like I like to do. So these are the projects that I am currently working on that I am trying to get through. Making a lot more of these than I had planned kind of took away some of that time, and I'll go through why that happened in just a minute. But these are the things that I am currently working on. I have about 20 of these in progress. I know I told you I wanted to use up a lot of my faux leather, and I have just like the cutest faux leather, so this was one of the projects I started working on. And these are hand sanitizers that only fit Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. And if you know sanitizers, you know theirs is like amazing in how it smells and how long it lasts and all that. So this dye that I used is only for those hand sanitizers. So I started working on these, and I still have to add all the clips, and I'm going to add some like tassels and all of that. So I am working on a bunch of those. The other thing I am working on is more of the recipe journals. I know I've been asked about those, like when more of those are going to be hitting my Etsy store, and the answer is hopefully soon. I've been having an issue sourcing the 5x7 books from Walmart. I don't know what's going on. I was able to get a whole bunch a couple weeks ago, and now they're really hard to find. So I don't know if they're getting rid of them or what's going on. If you have found any that are like comparable to the 5x7 composition notebooks from Walmart, please let me know. I would love to test out other books if these ones are going to be like if they're going to continue to be hard to find. But that being said, I am working on more of these. Another thing I got done, I have one of them done, and I think I have 3 in progress, is this right here. And it is a spiral bound, how do I want to say it? Spiral bound junk journal where the spiral is hidden. And I was so inspired by a video I saw from Heidi Swap, and I will go through all of that when I come back and share all of these. But I really loved how this was turning out. So I am going to be having more of these done, and I will be back on a video about these and how I made them. Supplies I used, like there's leather on the outside of the spine and all of that. And then I started working on this today. This came to me today, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a surprise when I get it done, and I'm actually hoping to get at least 4 or 5 done. But this is a very large faux leather piece, and if you want to guess as to what I'll be doing with this, feel free to leave a comment down below. But this I am so excited for. This one I'm going to get done today because I was so excited to work on it. I am really into these stitching all of these like vintage fabrics and making a tie closure, and you will see the inspiration in these mini traveler's notebook folios, and you'll see that I have become kind of obsessed with it. So this is another thing that will be coming soon. Okay, so back to what this video is for, is to do a walkthrough of these mini traveler's notebook folios. I do think that 1 or 2 of them have already sold, because they are listed on my Etsy. They went live around, well, probably about 3 hours ago. They measure, let's see, yeah, they're about 4 by 4 3/4. So let me put all the quilted ones aside, and then I'll show you the faux leather ones, and then I'll talk about the quilted ones. So like I said, a few of these have sold. If you see one that you're interested in and you don't see it in my Etsy, it's because it's already been snatched up. Like, I know that this one's gone. And the person who bought this, I do want to give a shout out. Like, thank you so much. You're always so supportive and leaving kind comments, and I know that you've purchased a few of these from my shop, so thank you so much. She also ended up getting a tassel, and I noticed the tassel that she bought matches the colors of this. So I apologize so much. I know that your Etsy name, and I don't want to say it out loud. I know it has crow in it, but just for your privacy, I don't want to say it out loud. And I don't want to say your first name out loud either, but if you are going to use that tassel for this, will you let me know? Because I am curious about that. Anyways, so when you open them up, they all have a pocket here. I did stitch around all of them. So the outside is faux leather, the inside is paper that matches the collection. I did not bring, did I? So I can tell you that one of the collections that I completely went through was this one here. It's Vintage Nostalgia by My Mind's Eye. The other one I used was a Simple Stories collection, and it was some sort of like retro summery theme. I can't remember what it even was, to be honest. So I tried to pick covers that would go with the paper. Some of them don't really go with the paper, but I still thought it was like complimentary. So on the inside pocket here, you'll have a tag and like a cut apart or a fold out. And then they all do have these little tiny folders. So both notebooks will have a little folder in them that I made using up the scraps. And that is this book. They all also have a dangle, and some of them I put the dangle on the front, some of them I put the dangle on the spine, so you can move it wherever you want. The other thing is they all have these paper clips that I made using some quilted fabric. So what I did was I took a bunch of vintage fabric that I got from a creative reuse store, and I took things that were like similar or complementary or whatever, and I cut them all in squares using some pinking shears. And then I took a very long strip of fabric, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but I put glue on the fabric, and then I laid my fabric down, or my squares down, and then let that completely dry, and then I sewed over it. I do that because I'm not like, I've never really been a sewer, but I hate like pinning things and taking the pins out and all that. So this was my workaround, and I know you're not supposed to do that because it is not good for the needle, but I did it anyways. And then I stitched my lines on it using some gold thread, and I just have I've become kind of obsessed with it. So all of the extra fabric I had that was now quilted together, I cut into strips, and I made these paper clips here. So every book that you will see does have one of these paper clips. And I apologize for the stuffy nose. I apparently, like, the weather in Utah is changing constantly, so I don't know if it's that, if I'm getting sick, I'm not sure. Then I have this one here, And on the tassels or the dangles, I took some of the vintage trim, and if it was like a small piece, if it was scraps, then I turned it into a dangle by adding, oh shoot, what are these called? It's not a brad. You guys know what I'm talking about. I added this thing, whatever that is, just to kind of stabilize it because I know that lace and stuff will rip easily, so I added those. So here's this one, and I'm just going to open each of the books and show you the notebooks inside, so then you have an idea of the notebooks inside. And as I said, they are all listed. They're individually listed. They're not done by cover. And I did that because I have so many different variations of this quilted one. This one, I did put the dangles on the spine. Yep, so sorry. I'm sorry if you're hearing my Etsy. A few of them just sold again. And here is that. You'll notice that I kind of was playing around with textures on these ones. So like I used faux leather, I used different trims, I used yarn on the tags. So here is this one. And so you'll see here that I used just some white yarn on the tags. I just thought it was really complimentary. Oh, and all the pieces in the front cover do have a tiny little paper clip with a heart. So we have that one and then that one. And here is a purple stripe. I love this one. This one's actually a little bit different texture than the others. If you can't tell, like I'm really into like the faux leather stuff right now. And I think it's because I have been paper crafting for so long. Let me think about this. I started paper crafting shortly after I started dating my husband. And we have been together since 2002. So that would be, what year, 2025? So this September we'll have been together for 23 years. So I started paper crafting probably 22 and a half years ago. And if you have been paper crafting for a long time, you know that paper can, I don't know, like I don't want to say deteriorates, but it kind of like gets a little bit more brittle, a little bit more like not as sturdy as it once was when you started out the project. So I've been really doing the faux leather stuff because I love how it is now protecting the things inside. And like faux leather, like if you spill on this, like depending on what it is, you can generally wipe it off pretty quick. But like if you spilled like red wine on this, I don't know if that would recover, but you know, water or whatever, I think that you could get it off pretty easily. So that's why I've been doing so many faux leather things, because it's like if I'm going to actually put myself out there and sell some of the products that I make, I want them to be like sturdy. I want them to last as long as they do, or as long as they can. I didn't bring down the bad sample of this, but you'll notice that this is the same faux leather I used in my prototype, and I was so bummed that I messed that first book up because I love, love, love this faux leather. It's embossed, and it's like you can feel it's very like textured. It's really beautiful. So then on the inside here, we have those and that one. And then I have these 5 quilted ones. So initially, I'll tell you why this ended up coming to be, and I'll just show you them as I go. But here is this one. So if you remember seeing this in one of my previous videos from a creative reuse haul, I got this huge sheet of this, and I don't even want to call it faux leather. It's like vinyl, some sort of material. And the flip side of it was like, it reminded me of like a fuzzy teddy bear. I don't even know what that material would be called, but it wasn't, like lengthwise, it wasn't long enough for me to get 2 covers out. It was long enough for me to get like almost 2 covers out. And so what I did was I thought, like, what can I do to extend the cover so then I don't have to adjust my measurements? And that is where this came in. So I started adding these. So I only got one of them done, like I said. I added this quilted piece and I was like, oh, perfect. This is extending my book like I wanted it to. And wasn't messing with my measurements. And then it was like, you know what, I am having so much fun. I love, love, love the way this looks. And I just kind of kept going. So you'll notice that there's a smaller piece of the quilted fabric on one side and a longer piece on the outside. Initially, that was to extend the faux leather piece from both sides. And then I started getting into more of the scrap of material I had where it wasn't necessary for me to extend it on both sides, but I did it anyways, just so they would all kind of look the same. That one, I love this lace. Oh, and apparently I put my paper clip upside down. So these little notebooks, there's 80 sheets per notebook, or 160 if you want to go front and back. So it's like 320 pages per book. I usually like to try and make these with 3 notebooks, but there was only 2 that fit in when I was figuring this project out. So I just went with the 2. This is the last one. So that is it for my video today. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. I will leave a link to my Etsy as well, and I will hopefully be back soon to share at least this project, and I know I'll be back to share these, and then I'll let you know when I have more recipe journals done, and I will do a video on these hand sanitizers and all of that. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all of your kind comments and your support and all of that, and I will see you on the next video.